welcome along and welcome back to Attingham Park. Today we are going to be getting on with planting some crops. We have spread all of the lime we can spread, and so yeah, we need to hook up our power harrow here and get our land prepared for planting. Now field 1 should already be ready. If we have a look on our map here, you can see where we've spread all the limes. So field 1 is looking good, and field 12 is looking good. We're going to put the barley in field 1 and the middle of field 12. I think we're probably the top half of field 12, because I don't want field 3 and the top half of field 12 to be the same all the time. So yeah, field 1 and the top half of field 12 is where we're going to be putting the barley. We do need to get hold of some more lime. The bottom half, the bottom third of field 12 here, that is going to need liming, and so is field 6. So we need to raise a bit of money for that, and that's probably where the sorghum is going to go this year. And then the canola will go in the middle part of field 12 and in field 3, probably next month, looking at the amount of work we've got. So there's a fair old amount of work to do. Let's just have a look. But as I was saying, the reason why we came in here in the first place was to have a look at the ground conditions for all of these. So field 1 is ploughed, so that is ready to be planted into. Field 12 is not. And as we don't have any money at the moment, we're actually nearly 2 grand in debt. We are not going to have any hired workers to work on this. So it is purely going to be us working today. If we can get this field prepared, we should be able to get things turned around quite quickly, allowing us next time to do a contract if we can pick one up, and then get us a little bit of money in to get the lime and get the bottom end finished. Also looking to set up a way of investing money from the farm to create pig feed, which I will go into a little bit more at the time, but it's going to involve gardens and probably a pig feed mixer. Let's have a look then back on the map and back on precision farming, because I want to see where we want to divide this field, and I'm thinking roughly where we are actually is going to be about a top third of the field. So let's turn in here. About here I think is perfect. And what I'm not going to do this year, I'm not going to put a grass border in between these fields. We're going to plant 3 crops next to each other and try and do it that way and see if that works. We need to get exactly 270 across here and connect up our PTO. And oh wow, sorry about that. That jittering happened because I was trying to get close enough to start the PTO up. It still won't start. What's going on here? Let's lower this down actually, and rather than having a jittery setup. Our pipes aren't connected, so let's connect those. PTO is connected. That should do it. Lift it up and start it up. Yep, there we go. So we're trying to head across this field at 270 degrees. If we can do that, we'll have a nice straight border between these 2 crops, and it should work out fairly well for us. We don't have a direct seeder. I don't believe our seeder is a direct seeder. So by doing the top third of this field, we will be able to very quickly mark where we need to be. And that should bring us towards the end of here. Yeah, nice straight line across here. I'm pretty happy with that. Headlands on here should be fairly minimal. We've got quite a large turnaround on each end. So I'll probably still do headlands for the most part, but it's nice and easy if I don't need to. I want to kind of do them just because I shouldn't be driving onto the grass each time anyway. You see, it's very quite an angled edge, but we are holding this quite nicely at the moment, and despite this only being a 3 meter power harrow, I think we're gonna get this field done fairly swiftly. I talked last time we were on here about the possibility of bringing the David Brown onto this map. And to be honest, I've had a look at it, and somebody did mention in the comments that they've had a few problems with it. And having had a quick look and a quick overview, I'm getting a few errors in the log file. The interior is actually pretty basic on it. And while the exterior is absolutely lovely, I spend a lot of time in cab. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to have a look at it myself. I'm going to see if I can clear up the log file errors and get that sorted. And then we'll see whether there's anything I can do for the interior textures and things like that. I don't know about actually doing any modeling on the interior. I think that's a little bit beyond me. But certainly we can make it look a bit prettier on the inside. And hopefully if I can clear up the issues and the errors with it, I'll then be able to use it on this series or another one. Because, yeah, there's a David Brown 1210 in game, and I really, really want to use it. So there is that. On the note of us needing to earn a bit of money on here, if we can get this job done today and can get both of these fields seeded, there's a couple of fertilizer contracts. Now, we don't have any money, so we can't afford to buy any fertilizer for those contracts, but we do have some fertilizer that we've bought for the farm sitting in the shed. So I'm thinking the best use of that will actually be to do those contracts and use money from those contracts to replace whatever we use, and then come back, and it'll give us enough money for the lime and hopefully enough money to get the pig sorted. So I think I'm gonna take both those contracts. We have a look in here. We can see we've got a £10,669 contract for fertilizing and a 12,702 on field 14 and field 46. Field 14 is right by our farm, really, really easy for us to do. And field 46 looks like it's just the other side there, just down here. So not too far from our farm either. So let's take both of these. We'll accept the contracts. We're not going to borrow items because look at the price of borrowing items on those contracts. So we are going to do this with our little spreader and hopefully be able to get through it in the day. We had a fairly good system running with the with our little Ford last time. Oh, I'm a little bit far over. With our little Ford last time, and we should be able then to get a similar system going here. I mean, field 14 is this one directly behind us, so is a really good one for us to do, and very easy for us to do. So I think we'll probably do that one first. I think it's the slightly higher paying one anyway, and if we can complete that with the fertilizer we've got, which we should do easily. We bought enough fertilizer to do our entire farm. I'm not concentrating and I'm missing spots. Yeah, we bought enough fertilizer for our entire farm, and so we will be able to get both of those done if we want, and we'll earn 20-odd thousand off it. Definitely enough to get the gardens set up if we want for the pigs. And definitely enough for us to get the remaining lime we need to do the rest of this field and field 6 with. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good way to go, but we do need to get this field out the way, and it's taken a little while at the moment to get it done. Being unable to hire a worker for this is actually a little bit frustrating. It is only a 3-meter power harrow, but all of the ones that are wider require more horsepower. We've only got 130 horsepower maximum on either of our tractors, so a 4-meter one is pretty much out of the question. I think there are 4-meter ones that require less horsepower, but not that we have at the moment. And I should be able to go and seed field 1 with the 7810 while this tractor is working through this field. And because we've got no money, because we've run out, I'm in a position where I can't do that. We've got to work this ourselves. However, I do have these 2 contracts, and I'm kind of looking at this and going, why am I doing this here now and not getting the at least one of the contracts done? Get myself some money that I can then get a hired worker on this job with and get everything done a little bit more efficiently. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to get about halfway through this. We've only got a few rows to go, and then once I've done that, I will be able to get a little bit of money in from a contract. We'll probably do the contract on field 14, see how that goes, and then get this field fully worked and fully done while we go and get field 1 seeded. And then we could go do the same thing again next game day. Go out, go do field 46, get some extra money in while and then get the seeding finished on our spring barley. So yeah, let's get a few more rows done here, and then we're going to go and load up and get the fertilizing done on field 14 and grab some money to get this job finished. It's just gone midday and we're pretty much up to the roadway. I think we're only about a third of the way through the field. Yeah, about a third of the way through this. So considering it's taken that long to get this done, I think going and grabbing the fertilizer spreader is a good idea. So we'll turn this off and I'm going to head up to the farm and go and grab, well, we'll have to grab our other 2 tractors and load up some fertilizer. Now, after I did the switch on the cab of the other tractor, of our little Ford in there last time, someone did note in the comments that the original cab we had on it was never actually available on that tractor. So I'm glad that we've actually restored a bit of realism to this whole situation with that. We've got our little spreader here. I'm hoping this isn't going to take much more than maybe a bag of this to do field 14. I'd give us a very good indication of how much it would take to do the other field as well. So we'll fill this right up with the double top. Oh, wow. Oh, there's only 1,000 liters in these bags. That's the other thing. We had 2,000 liters in each of the lime bags, but only 1,000 liters in each of these bags. And we got these 5 bags to do the entire farm. So, yeah, this is going to give us a good indication. I'm hoping we're not going to have to spend a whole load of extra on the fertilizer, because the fertilizer obviously is a lot more expensive a thing to do. Yeah, that cab just fits on this so much better. So much happier with that tractor now. There we go. So our 7810 turbo, we've got 61,000 application rate. We've currently got of 148 kilograms per acre. So what I want to see is exactly what it should be on our fields, and I'm going to set it to field 14 based on that. Oh wow, this is really bad. 40. Wow. Oh my lord, really? This is going to cost us a fortune in nitrogen. Red, red, orange, and red. We are going to have to take this up to... Oh, wow. Yeah, that's going to be bad. And what have we got over here? So this probably has no values detected. So, yeah, we're going to go with the standard amount and see how far this goes. But if it's that bad, this could end up costing us a lot of money. On the plus side, one row has got us 10% complete, so it's going to be a nice distance. I think this might take one full thing full, which is not the end of the world. I think we are going to have to do a fair amount of contracts, though, in order to make sure that we are able to fertilize our own fields. I hadn't realized our nitrogen values on our own fields were quite that bad, and that is pretty awful. Thankfully, second year, the hope is that we'll have enough slurry to do it, and we're going to be using pumps and hoses and setting everything up with that in the second year to try and improve the cost to do our farm. The other thing is, second year, we should be okay in that. We shouldn't have to worry about how much the... we shouldn't have such a drop in the nitrogen on the second year. There being no nitrogen in the soil on our fields at the moment is bad news. We will immediately put fertilizer on the wheat as soon as we've got it seeded, because I think we're probably going to have to do 2 applications in order to get it high enough. Nearly 60% of the way through the contract, and yeah, it's going well. We still have 54% of the seeder remaining. And it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be that we get through both these contracts without too much hassle. Also bodes fairly well for our own fields. I did manage to catch actually a section of field 12, so I want to see how much that's risen the amount of nitrogen on it. Just from having caught it a little bit with the seed or with the spreader from this job. We are moving over to the side a bit and got a little bit of a gap, but that's all right. We can miss a little bit and still make it through. We are going to do as much as the farmer requires. We discussed this before. The farmer only requires us to do a certain amount of the field. Oh, wow. Look at that. So with 148, we caught this little section there, and it's got us up to, yeah. So as we were detecting earlier, we are going to have to put a lot more in to get it up to the 200. That is, it's going to be quite a big spread of fertilizer on our fields, and we're probably going to need a good amount of it in order to get our farm done. So definitely going to be very important to get some contracts done, and we'll try and raise it with the first spread from this to halfway, because I'd quite like to get a sprayer, I think. Although we kind of want to get... We can't get a spot sprayer because we don't really have technology on our farm to do that, as we've discussed before. So we're going to have to use a weeder on our crops. So yeah, but I think no, I think we're probably going to try and do 2 lots of this, and get the nitrogen up that way. That way we don't have to buy a second piece of equipment to cover it, and we'll be able to we can actually put 2 different types of fertilizer on. So we can go from there. Where are we? 81%, 20% to go. Let's fill in this gap here, and then I'll come back down the field again. 99% done. We should complete this contract momentarily, and yeah, there we go. So perfect. Let's get off of here. Field 14 is done, and that means at 20 to 3 in the afternoon, I can come into here and we can collect that. Oh, we got a new field, a new contract coming up, and it's field 2. Field 2 is somewhere around our farm, I think. Field 2 is right next door to it. Okay, so what we'll do is we will collect on that one. I'm going to accept the contract on field 2 because that's more money that we actually need at the moment. And we can then go and get, or start getting, the winter wheat into the, or sorry, winter wheat, the spring barley in on our field, on field 1, while this field here gets finished by the county. And yeah, so stop ourselves here. We'll turn this around. We now have £8,000 with which we can get this tractor started. And yeah, if we can keep building up like this, that is going to pay off massively for us. Just doing fertilizer contracts with our own equipment, although it puts a bit of wear and tear on our equipment, does give us a very, very good income to build the farm up until the point we can sell the soybeans. So let's bring this here and hire a worker for that. And you know what? I think with that, doing that for the rest of the day, what we're going to want to do is get these fertilizer contracts done. If we can get these done, get some more money in, that means next time we're going to be in a very good position for getting all of the spring barley in, because we have a slightly wider piece of kit, and moving our pigs forward, because this is going to bring us in a nice amount of money. We are going to, of course, though, have to replace this fertilizer. This is now a much more efficient setup. So we've got us doing the spreading for the contract with the 7810 and going through that. Meanwhile, our county is going through and doing the other field, which should leave us clear next time to get this on the seeder and get stuff sorted. The only thing I've just realized that is something we might need to deal with is, do we have any stones on field 1? It's something that concerned me before and definitely needs checking out. So let's have a quick look over here. Weeds, I'm not worried about at the moment. Stones. Yeah, field 1 is full of, oh wow, really, really awful stones. So I'm probably gonna have to hire a stone picker and sort that. But that's not a problem, because what we can do is hire that, probably get this tractor picking stones on field 1, and then we can get the other tractor either seeding or continuing to do the continuing to prepare the fields over there. It's not great to have to still do that job and to need to spend money doing that job. Thankfully, we are not planting any crops where we should have to plow in the future, which will both help our environmental score and will help to mean that we don't have to deal with big stones like that. And especially using the equipment we are, the power harrow hardly disturbs the soil at all, so that should work out really well for us. So yeah, we're gonna have to de-stone next time before we can seed, but we will have the money to get one of our tractors seeding as well, which should work out, I think, fairly well for us. Fields 2 and 4 are both on our target list for our farm, of course. We want to, well, if I can get them cheap, that'd be great. Both fields would have to be split. Field 2 would pretty much be split along the line that we're driving down at the moment. Whereas field 4, I think I'd probably split down crossways down the middle. We'd have access to both fields that way, and yeah, it works pretty neatly from that. Field 2 has access at the top end of the field up here near field 1 and at the bottom end, so splitting it down the middle here would work quite well. Field 4, that would split it in a way. We'd have to drive a little further for the far one, but that's not a huge problem. We are in a position where we can do that and have road access down the side of it to do that. So that's all good. It would work out pretty well for us, I think, adding these 2 fields in, and would complement what we have on the farm right now really, really well. If I'm just gonna sort of stop here quickly, and we'll have a quick look on the map. So yeah, field 2, I think if we split it from that point there all the way across there, gives us a nice little field there and a nice longer field there. And 14, as I said, if you went across sort of like that almost through the middle, you would end up with a good setup. And then the last field we want to add on this side of the river would be field 13. So it's field 14, not field 4. Field 4 is not on our target list. Where is field 4? 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. Yeah, 4 is on our target list. Yeah, field 14 is one we want to watch out for. And 13 would be good as well. And that then gives us everything this side of the river. We've then working our way down here as well. Don't think, what is the level like? So that's mostly silty clay. Field 2 is the one we want to get of those 2 more than anything. So yeah, this is how we're looking to develop. The whole idea and the whole aim of this series is to basically work our way up and own a quarter of the map on here. Everything in this northwest corner is what we're targeting, and if we can get that, I will count this as a success. So can we do that in 50 episodes? It's a really good question. We're almost done, up to 99% now. There we go. That's all he needed doing. Contract on field 2 is finished. So let's go and grab that. Collect from that. Brilliant. So field 46, I'm expecting to use the entire amount of our fertilizer spreader. It's a little bit more money than the other 2, but we want to get it done today because that will then give us a clear run to get all the jobs we need to do tomorrow done, and yeah, it will give us a little bit more time with the county to get that other field done as well. All in all, this was a good idea. I am very, very happy that we've managed to, well, we've used a load of our fertilizer to do it, and I am a little bit concerned as to how much fertilizer we have left, but we will prioritize buying more fertilizer and getting that done, and then we will see where that takes us. I think we've got a fairly big cost in fertilizer coming. So, yeah, we want to get pig feed moving, and we want to get some more fertilizer, and that will be our target for the next couple of days. Oh, and getting some lime to finish off the 2 fields we haven't limed yet. Replacing the fertilizer that we've used today is probably going to cost us about £9,000, I think. Where's the entrance to this field? So doing the job on field 2 has been really useful. Field 46 actually is quite big, and oh man, I really want to get it done. I have no idea where the entrance to it is. I'm guessing it's somewhere. In fact, no, I can see it. Right, I'm gonna turn around, do a U-E with all this traffic behind me. Wow, I've got quite a queue, but I'm gonna head with the sun setting. You know what, I think we'll head back to the farm. I had hoped we might get that last contract done today, but yeah, it's just got too dark too quickly, and we're gonna leave it and park this up in the shed overnight. That'll be fine. We'll get out there nice and early next game day and sort that. Turn all our lights off and head down and go and check out what's going on down with our hired worker. So, looks like our hired worker is actually running out of fuel. So, this is going to be continuing on next day. Hopefully, we can get these things finished off quickly and we'll be good. But I'm going to have to stop him here because that is out of, well, it's too low on fuel really to continue tonight. And yeah, as I was saying before, this is quite a big job. With this bit of kit, so that is why it's worth getting a hired worker on it, just as we had with the mulcher before. We needed to get a hired worker running on that as well, so we will pick that up next time too, and it's far enough ahead now for us to get some seeding done. So the aim next time is definitely to get, I don't need to wash that, because if we wash that, it's just going to get dirty again next day. What I want is this here. And look, there's the other thing I was worried about. The rain has started to fall. Let's refill this tractor ready for tomorrow. And while that's doing, that is the perfect place to leave it for today. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.